For the camera relocation, I took the back plastic off the hatch. It's just a bunch of clips, and then you also need to take this upper portion off too. There's a bunch of plastic clips along there as well. Just be really gentle. It's pretty straightforward. Something I did want to mention for the removing of the camera. So there's a big abyss under here, and there's two really small screws. They are T5 Torx. No, I'm sorry. They are T6 Torx. Those two little screws up there. And what I like to do is I like to take some painter's tape and then cover it up right here, and then make sure it's up on the sides as well. So when I undo the screws, they'll settle right inside here, and I can just pick them up. I tried magnetizing a screwdriver and it didn't work, so if you drop them in the abyss, I'm assuming it'll be a bit of a struggle to get out. So don't drop them in there. It's T6 Torx, and then you just want to snip it like flush against this is what I normally do. And then it's also behind, I forgot to mention, it's behind the windshield motor. This actually sits the other way. And then you also have this plastic piece to take off. That plastic piece sits here, and then the motor bolts to that with some 10 millimeters. And I can just let it dangle for a few moments while I undo the camera, and then you can unscrew that, unplug it. Well, you can actually unplug it first and then unscrew it, and then cut it here, and then you can remove the camera from the other side. Alright, now that your camera is retrieved, make sure you save those screws and put them back in so they don't get lost. I went ahead and put this 16th aluminum cover with two of the number 6 screws in there, and then that just blocks it off. You don't have to do anything with the camera cleaning nozzle. You'd probably just leave that hooked up. Now that you have the hatch back together and you have your camera plate up there and you put all these pieces back on, I tried to show it in the camera, but it's really tight up in here. I really couldn't get the camera on it, so you'll see there's a gray plug up here in this corner. What I did was I usually unclip this one. I'll unclip like the first top clip here, make sure it's unclipped back here, and then I'll undo the first clip on the headliner. Be careful not to crease it, and then pull that down, and you'll see a gray plug up there. So you want to unplug that. You're going to want to plug in your new camera wire. So this is the camera wire you're going to get in your camera relocation kit. You will not be using the green side. I usually cut that like 2 inches down, but you will be using the gray side. And the gray side is the side you're going to plug in up underneath the headliner. So what you're going to want to do is unplug the factory gray plug up there. That looks really similar to the plug on your camera wire. Unplug that one, plug your camera wire in, and then you're going to run the wire just down the edge of this. And then you'd see it comes out here. I run it underneath here to here, and I usually go through this hole right here. And then there was a grommet in this hole as well. I undid that one, and that's where our camera wire is going to come out of. And then I'll route the camera wire right here, because this is where your camera is going to mount after the relocation. And I usually just put a hole in the factory grommet and put it back in so it's nice and sealed up from the weather and the elements. Now that you have your camera wire ran, I stripped back the wires, and make sure when you strip it you don't cut the shield off at the same time, because you're going to need that. Same on your camera side. I already put butt connectors on. These are for 26 to 22 gauge wire. And for your vehicle wiring, black to blue, red to green, green to red, white to yellow, and shield to shield. If you want from vehicle to camera, confirm 8 volt on vehicle black and ground, and continuity on vehicle red and green, and continuity to camera shield. Just wire it together and then test it, make sure it's good.